There is a persistent myth in organizations that the best ideas win. They do not. The ideas that win are the ones that have been communicated effectively, sponsored by the right people, and positioned in a way that aligns with what decision makers already care about. Brilliant ideas die in boardrooms every day because the person presenting them has not built the internal influence needed to carry them forward. Meanwhile, mediocre ideas get funded and resourced because someone with organizational credibility and strategic relationships got behind them. This is not cynicism. It is organizational reality, and understanding it is the first step toward changing your position within it. Building internal influence is not about manipulation. It is about building the credibility, relationships, and communication skills that allow your ideas to receive the fair hearing they deserve. The first milestone is credibility architecture, building the professional reputation that is the foundation of influence. Influence is not granted because of job title. It is earned through consistent demonstration of three qualities. First, expertise that is visible. People cannot be influenced by knowledge they cannot see. The discipline of producing and sharing high-quality thinking in reports, in meetings, in the informal conversations where organizational opinions are actually formed is how expertise becomes visible. Second, reliability. Every commitment made and kept is a credibility deposit. Every commitment missed or watered down is a credibility withdrawal. The calculation is asymmetric. 3 missed commitments erase the benefit of 10 delivered ones. In organizations, reliability is remembered. Third, judgment. The quality of your assessments over time, the accuracy of your predictions, the wisdom of your risk evaluations. Judgment credibility is built slowly and lost quickly, which is why the most influential people in organizations speak with careful calibration rather than confident assertion on every topic. The second milestone is relationship strategy, a concept that sounds calculating, but is simply the deliberate practice of building genuine professional connections across the organization. Influence operates through networks, not hierarchies. The most influential people in any organization are not necessarily the most senior. They are the most connected, the individuals who have earned trust across functions, levels, and geographies. 3 relationship-building practices distinguish the intentionally influential from the accidentally overlooked. First, cross-functional investment. Understand what colleagues in other departments are trying to achieve and look for genuine ways to support it. People advocate for those who have helped them. Second, upward relationship management. Know what senior decision makers care about, what keeps them up at night, and how your work connects to their priorities. This is not flattery. It is alignment. Third, the small investment, large return conversation. The brief, consistent, substantive interactions. The hallway check-in that goes beyond small talk. The email that says, "I thought this would be relevant to what you're working on," that build relationship capital in the everyday spaces between formal meetings. The third milestone is persuasion architecture. Structuring your case for ideas, projects, and proposals in a way that speaks to how decision makers actually evaluate options. This requires 2 preparation steps before any influence conversation. First, audience analysis. What does this specific person care about most? Cost, risk, speed, innovation, team impact, executive optics. The exact same proposal should be framed differently for a CFO than for a chief people officer. Same facts, different lens. Second, objection anticipation. Identify the 2 or 3 most likely objections before you enter the conversation and address them proactively rather than reactively. Proactive objection handling communicates 2 things simultaneously: thorough preparation and genuine confidence. The person who says, "I anticipate you might be concerned about the budget implications. Here is how I have thought through that," is received very differently from the person who is caught off guard by predictable pushback. Here is the trap. Many high-performing professionals confuse being right with being influential. They believe that the quality of their analysis should speak for itself. In mature organizational settings, this is occasionally true. More often, analytical quality is table stakes, the minimum qualification for having the idea considered. What carries the idea forward is the relationship equity, the communication skill, and the political astuteness of the person behind it. Organizations are not meritocracies of ideas. They are ecosystems of trust. The people with the most trust get the most traction. The professionals who master internal influence do not just get their ideas adopted, they get included in high-stakes decisions earlier. They are consulted before problems become crises. They develop the organizational profile that makes career advancement not something they chase, but something that finds them. Your go-to. Identify one decision that will be made in your organization in the next 30 days that matters to you. Map the key stakeholders in that decision. Pick one you have not had a substantive conversation with and schedule a brief, genuine conversation, not to pitch your position, but to understand theirs. If building internal influence is a priority, the personal brand video in this series is the essential companion to this one. The two together build the full infrastructure of organizational credibility. Watch that one next. There is a body of research on organizational network analysis that provides a valuable lens for understanding internal influence. Traditional organizational charts show formal authority. Network analysis maps actual influence, the informal flows of information, advice, and trust that determine how work actually gets done and how decisions are actually made. The individuals who appear at the center of influence networks, those who are cited as trusted advisors, sought for input, and connected across functional boundaries, may or may not appear prominently on the formal hierarchy. They have earned influence through relationships and credibility rather than through positional authority. Research by Rob Cross at the University of Virginia's Darden School of Business, one of the pioneers of organizational network analysis, consistently finds that the most influential people in organizations are those who occupy bridging positions, who connect different parts of the organization that would not otherwise be connected. These bridgers are valuable precisely because they have built relationships and credibility across boundaries that most people have not crossed. They are the ones called when a problem requires collaboration between groups that do not normally interact. And they are the ones considered for senior roles when breadth of organizational understanding is valued alongside functional depth. Building a bridging position is not accidental. It requires deliberate cross-functional investment. Taking on projects that operate across departmental lines, developing genuine expertise in domains adjacent to one's primary function, and consistently prioritizing relationships with people in other parts of the organization, rather than exclusively deepening the networks that already exist. The professional who is known and trusted across multiple teams and functions has organizational influence. And organizational influence is what makes careers accelerate and important ideas move. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, hit like and subscribe to our channel for more practical insights. And if you're ready to go further, check out the next video on your screen.